There was an article on our good friend Keffels. Again, friend of the channel, Keffels.
Your mom gay!
Shout out to Keffels. There was an article that dropped on the internet that kind of looks like it's a bit of a hit piece in regards to Keffels here. And, you know, when I first found out about it, I saw this tweet by Dreamleaf. Wake up, a new Keffels hit piece just dropped, and it's all about noodles, chat.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
That's right, we are talking about noodles yet again. I know it's crazy, right? Fucking noodles yet again. Ridiculousness, chat. Ridiculousness. Let's take a look at the screenshots here. What is this? Latest anti-blackness stories? That's weird. Framing Keffels as the face of trans resistance has allowed her racism to stay unchallenged. Did you guys know that, chat? Did you guys know that Keffels pulled a racism? I bet you guys didn't know that. That's crazy. That doesn't sound like Keffels at all, chat. Keffels pulled a racism? Dear Lord. We got some screenshots here of some of the things that they're going to cover in the article. We'll go ahead and we'll get into that a little bit later. You know, we don't want to spoil the fun just yet. But as you can see, lots of examples of her racism here. Okay? Let's just go ahead and let's just dive right into, get ready to dive right into the article. So, this is the tweet where the article was announced over on the official Twitter account of the Mary Sue. It says, a few people have spent time explaining how Sorrenti, for those of you guys who don't know, Keffels' real name is Clara Sorrenti. It's pretty much public. It's out there. But for a few people have spent time explaining how Sorrenti and her peers uphold white supremacy while claiming to fight it, chat. Keffels upholds white supremacy?
Oh shit! Oh shit!
What? In each of those cases, they face harassment and content farming from Sorrenti and others. And they link to the article, which is what we're going to take a look at right now. Again, this is by the Mary Sue, chat. This is where the article was published. As I mentioned earlier, the title of the article is Framing Keffels as the Face of Trans Resistance has allowed her racism to stay unchallenged. And the subtitle is A Reign of Terror, chat. Oh boy. This is going to be good. Fembro in the chat says, famous white supremacist Keffels Sorrenti. Oh, man. Should we just dive right into it, chat? Should we just get right into this? We're in for a bucket of fun, aren't we? We're in for a bucket of fun. Watch it be noodles. Oh, God. Somebody says, to be fair, Keffels did do 9/11. This is true. This is true. Keffels did do 9/11. Can I find that meme? Thank you. Oh my God. Thank you very much. Shout out to Uber in the chat.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Not what I wanted to push, but that's okay. So who was it earlier? Who was it earlier that said Keffels did 9/11? They weren't lying, chat. I know this sounds insane, but they weren't lying. It is true. Keffels did do 9/11. Don't believe me? Look at this. We have proof.
Holy shit. Holy shit.
Oh my God. That meme gets me every fucking time, chat. Every fucking time. Oh, God.
Holy shit.
Anyway. We got so sidelined looking for a stupid fucking meme. Oh, God. All right. Anyways. Anyway, let's go ahead. Let's dive into the article and let's find out what the horrendous things were that Keffels has done. Let's go ahead. Let's take a look. In the summer of 2022, Twitch streamer Clara Sorrenti, aka Keffels, was featured on the Washington Post and other places as a doxing and swatting campaign coordinated against her on an anonymous forum. Kiwi Farms, notorious for such things, got increasingly dangerous. Bigots shared her home address and even a hotel she took shelter in. This backlash came because Sorrenti dedicated several hours a day of streaming commentary on anti-trans and LGBTQ plus laws and ratioing transphobes on Twitter. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys are already well familiar with this situation. The whole incident that happened between Clara and Kiwi Farms and, you know, the swatting and things like that happened to her. Really messed up stuff, obviously, to say the least. She put out a video at the time talking about it. And I'm going to bring up that video for you guys right now. 1 second. Here we go.
On August 5th.
Here we go. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but just a quick recap for anybody who might not remember this.
On August 5th, I was woken up by London police services pointing an assault rifle in my face at my home. I was told later that at 6 a.m. that morning, an email impersonating me was sent to every city councillor in the city of London, Ontario, stating that I have an illegal firearm, that I killed my mother, and that I plan to go to City Hall and shoot every cisgender person I see. I was shown the email while I was being interrogated in police custody. While the emails were riddled with grammatical errors and read more like something a troll would say than something I would sincerely say, the police took it seriously. Not only that, the email said my name was Clara Sorrenti, but also stated what my dead name was. It was an obvious attempt to make the police humiliate me. During the arrest, the police officer referred to me by my dead name. I was booked in the station under my dead name. The police, when talking to my mother, referred to me as her son. This is despite the fact that I have run as both a member of parliament and a member of provincial parliament under my name, Clara Sorrenti. The fact that a fake email led to London police services booking me under my dead name reveals the prejudice that many police have towards transgender people.
All right, like I said, I'm not going to play the whole video. If you guys want to see the rest of it, I'll link it in the chat. But this is a video she released at the time when her swatting took place. So that's what they're referring to in that article. I also think it's funny that what do they link to for the whole ratioing thing? For those of you guys who don't know, it used to be a big meme on Twitter where like Keffels would like ratio people. Like she was really well known on Twitter for ratioing people. What do they link to? A Know Your Meme article that references like her ratioing people? Keffel's real name, Clara Sorrenti, is a Canadian Twitch streamer and YouTuber known for her commentary videos on politically left-leaning and trans topics. Keffels is a male-to-female trans woman. In March of 2022, Keffels gained notoriety for ratioing conservatives and people who make anti-trans remarks, or TERFs, including people like Steven Crowder and J.K. Rowling. She became like super well-known for ratioing the fuck out of people on Twitter. I just think it's funny that they felt the need to like mention that in the article, but okay, anyway. While many people aware of the situation gave sympathy to her, a small murmur of critics expressed frustration, even cryptically, that the violence towards Sorrenti positioned her as a martyr. They alleged that she frequently attacked people of color in a way that fell just short of doxing. Just short of doxing. What the fuck? Sorrenti and her fans accuse these critics of trying to sow distrust on behalf of Kiwi Farms. However, since then, she's been caught doing just that and more. Are they really comparing her to Kiwi Farms? A literal, like, harassment forum that harassed her to the point of, like, putting her life in danger? Who wrote this article? Who's the person who wrote this article? Alyssa Shotwell? Why would you compare her to a literal forum that like engaged in like targeted harassment to her to the point of putting her life in danger? And to be clear, I know I just pulled up the person who wrote the article, but do not go after or harass this person. I don't condone that sort of thing, chat. In fact, anybody caught doing that, if it's brought to my attention, you will be banned from my community. You'll be banned from my chat. You'll be banned from my Discord. You'll be blocked on Twitter, like literally everywhere. Do not do that shit. Don't. So ever since then, she's been caught doing just that and more. All right. Sorrenti's racism. Chat. Clara pulled a racism. In case you didn't know. Apparently. Especially towards black and Asian people. Ableism and even transphobia could fill a book. However, it's more useful to dive into just a few examples and show how she dual wields the language of social justice and the alt-right to cause harm on the very people she claims to be an advocate for, that the accusations of false flags trying to break solidarity between marginalized groups is nothing compared to her actions. Meanwhile, Sorrenti masks her own bigotry under the guise of edgy humor for progressive causes and de-radicalizing the youth. False flags? Wait. What? They're comparing actions committed by Keffals to Operation Pridefall? No. Chat. They can't be serious right now. Okay. Chat. One in the chat if you guys don't know what Operation Pridefall is. I'm gonna look it up so you guys can... Chat. Oh my god. Let me bring this up so I can educate you guys. Operation Pridefall. Okay, this is what Operation Pridefall was. Operation Pridefall is a supposed raid organized by 4chan users to try and spread anti-LGBTQ messages on social media and harass brands that support the LGBTQ community during June, which is also Pride Month, in 2020. As of May 29, 2020, it is unclear if the raid is a sincere campaign or just a means of trolling. On May 10th, 2020, an anonymous 4chan user posted a thread in INT outlining Operation Pridefall, a campaign to damage the LGBTQ community during June of 2020. The plan centered around red-pilling users in comment sections of companies which support the LGBTQ causes on social media. The Anon wrote, every June, hundreds of massive operations band together to smother social media with posts in favor of Pride Month, a code word for the degeneracy that is LGBT activism. Many of these accounts are rather small and get very little engagement, yet they continue to post without backlash. Beginning on June 1st, the goal of Operation Pridefall is to get on Twitter, Instagram, etc. and drop a shit ton of disturbing red pills on homosexuality on the comments of lesser-known pages. The bigger pages are okay targets, but posts tend to get unnoticed in the sea of other comments. Commenting on smaller pages, 100 likes or so, means anyone who views it will see the posts, and companies will reconsider their posts afterwards. I think you guys have like an idea of what Operation Pridefall is now. They're comparing things that Keffals has done to Operation Pridefall, chat. What? The best place to start is the recent harassment of writer and anti-rape activist Rosalind Tolson. Not just because it shows a lot of the same patterns of behavior altogether, but because this came after she got treatment for substance abuse in the spring of this year. What do they link to?
I'm a little nervous. I've got a lot of serious stuff to talk about today, right? And it's really hard to talk about, but I want to...
My struggle with it. Oh, this is the video that she put out when she got back from rehab.
Everyone to know like everything that has happened to me in the past little bit. I want to talk about addiction. I want to talk about the stuff that I have been struggling with for a very long time. I never talked about it, at least on stream. I never wanted it to be a public thing because to the people who know me really well, I get attacked ruthlessly online. Every single thing about me is just fodder in order to harass me. So I just never brought it up, but I want to be open about it now. It's something that has been a big struggle for me. I just turned 29. I spent my 29th birthday in rehab. I didn't even get a cake. Oh wait, I did. My friends took me out to Cheesecake Factory on my birthday in rehab. So I did get a cake, and it was very good. I have very cool friends. I want to go back to the beginning, like before rehab. In my early 20s.
Okay, so I'm not going to watch the whole video. Again, I'll link it in the chat if you guys want to check out the rest of the video. But yeah, I remember this video. I actually was in the chat when she originally streamed this. Actually, you can see me right there. In the chat. Yeah, so I remember this. Okay, so what do they say about that now? So again, the best place to start the recent harassment came after she got treatment for substance abuse in the spring of this year. After weeks of public hateful tirades on social media at the start of the year, Sorrenti pulled a Roseanne Barr by claiming her behavior was the result of cocaine addiction. What the? She pulled a Roseanne Barr? You know what this is in reference to, right? When Roseanne Barr made that racist statement. What is this, the tweet right here? No. This is I'm pretty sure you guys remember. She made a racist comment about someone, and then she blamed it on taking Ambien or whatever, right? She pulled a Roseanne Barr claiming her behavior was the result of a cocaine addiction. Jeez. A few weeks later, after logging back online, she came swinging with the same vile bigotry, this time directed towards Tolson. I think that's how you pronounce their name. I'm probably butchering that. Popularizing racist dog whistles. Okay, they have some examples here of Keffels using racist dog whistles. What are these examples? Let's see. Okay, chat. Let's take a look at these. I have gathered what I need. When I awake, it is time to make tasty noodles from the Why Did a White Woman Make a Cookbook About Dumplings and Noodles cookbook. I will report my chat. It's fucking Noodlegate again.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
It's fucking Noodlegate again.
I fucking hate everyone.
They're coming after her for Noodlegate again, chat. I thought, chat. Okay, chat. I have seen people get canceled for a lot of things over the years. You know, what is it? The past 4 or 5 years I've been covering drama on the internet. And I have seen people get canceled for a lot of things, okay? Some of those things are things that people would call racist. People using the N-word, people making really offensive comments about, you know, different, racial groups and stuff like that. I have seen a lot of things over the years. But someone getting canceled for saying that noodles are tasty has to be the dumbest fucking thing I have ever seen in my fucking life, chat. If you don't know what I'm talking about, let me bring up the original tweet that started this whole Noodlegate controversy. We have this tweet from last year that Shark300 tweeted. I wanted to find out why people said Keffels was racist. This is all I could find when asking for proof, and I'm gonna vomit. I'm begging, no pleading, with white leftists not to listen to the dumbest person in the room just because they're the darkest. Let's see what it says here. Why did a white woman write a cookbook about dumplings and noodles? Keffels quote tweeted this. This was back in 2021, chat. Because dumplings and noodles are tasty.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
This is what they're saying is a racism, chat. As I mentioned before, I have seen a lot of people get canceled for really, like, in some cases, like, legitimate shit. Like, there's a wide variety of things that people get canceled for. I will never forget the day, because, you know, coming from the commentary community, there's a lot of things and criticisms that you hear from that crowd directed at Keffels. I had never heard about the noodle thing. Keffels and I started talking, you know, right about the time that we started becoming friendly. And she shared this story with me, and I was dumbfounded. I was just like, you got canceled for what? You said what? Noodles are tasty? Like, I thought this situation was so ridiculous when she told me about this, chat. I have to show you guys something. I have to show you guys something. 1 second. When she told me that she got canceled over saying noodles were tasty because of a cookbook, I kid you not, I bought the fucking cookbook, chat. I have it right here. And one day, if I ever meet Keffels in person, I'm gonna have her sign it just for the meme. Because this is the dumbest fucking thing I have ever seen anyone get labeled a racist for. Genuinely the stupidest fucking thing ever. Anyway, let's get back to it, chat. Let's get back to it. Okay, let's see what else does she say. So she said she was gonna make some noodles, basically. She gathered what she needs to make some noodles. Noodles are tasty. Woman is a slur. It's transphobic to call it a period. It's a manriad. A literal shitpost, chat. This tweet is probably still on her Twitter. Is because they blurred out the person. What did the other person say? I bet you this tweet is still on her Twitter. Let me see. Let me see if I could find this tweet. No, this tweet looks like it's deleted. It might be deleted. But even so, like, so what? It's a literal shitpost tweet. Yeah, it looks like the original tweet got deleted. Whatever. No biggie. But like it's clearly like a shitpost. It's meant to be a meme. What else do we have? Finally filling up for cooking again after dealing with chronic health issues. So I hope you are ready for more noodle posting. Chat. She's talking about making noodles. Oh, I just realized why I couldn't find them. These are Blue Sky posts. So I think I'm logged into Blue Sky on here. Am I logged into Blue Sky on here? Let me see. I think I'm logged into Blue Sky on here. Let me see. Blue Sky? 1 second. So these are probably still on Blue Sky. Keffels. Yeah, I'm logged in. Okay. Let's see. These are back from... Thank heaven she doesn't post very often on Blue Sky, so it shouldn't be too difficult to find if they're still there. Like, I just want to know what she was responding to when she quote posted or quote skeeted this person. Like, what was so bad that they felt the need to censor it? Let's see. What's the post I'm looking for again? Noodles are tasty. Woman is a slur. Yeah, I just realized these are... Okay, I found the posts. Why did they censor this? Here's the original post, chat. I'm gonna do some cropping because some of the replies say stuff that's not Twitch friendly. But anyway. So this is a post from Velvet. I know Velvet. Homesick for Twitter. Going to start discourse and cause problems. Noodles are tasty. Women is a slur. It's transphobic to call it a period. It's a manriad. It's a literal just like meme shitpost. Apparently some people are mad at me for cooking noodles, but considering it was only in February, I was cooking crack. I say this is a huge improvement. Oh my god, that's so... Oh, she's so funny. I apparently was number 4 yesterday. But if you believe statements like noodles are tasty is a racist dog whistle or Keffels is racist because she added the Italian flag colors to a pride flag, you are brain dead and don't want to interact with you. I don't want to interact with you. That was another thing that some people said she was racist for. Let me bring that up. Hold on. I think it was in the shark tweet. Let me bring the shark tweet back up. Yeah, it's in the shark tweet. Okay, look at this. So they also tried to say she was racist for this. This flag wasn't inclusive at all, so I had my friend redesign it. So myself and other members of the Italian community are represented. She added the Italian flag colors to the progress flag. Again, it's just another meme shitpost. It's not meant to be taken seriously at all. And how is this racist? I don't understand. Jeez. Anyway, so these are dog whistles, chat. These are dog whistles. Dear Lord. As feminist pop culture critic online, Tolson, I don't know how to pronounce that, has been harassed over the years for a number of issues. However, the one Sorrenti decided to wade back into as part of her comeback tour from drug treatment is among the worst. In 2021, Tolson made a passing comment on X, formerly Twitter, about a white chef's book about Asian cuisine. Paired with screenshots of the chef in her book, Tolson wrote, "Why did a white woman write a cookbook about dumplings and noodles?" People who roll their eyes at the phrase cultural appropriation and systematic racism in publishing attacked Tolson online. Unbeknownst to Tolson at the time, this included Sorrenti. So because a bunch of other people were legitimately being kind of dumb and kind of shitty, they're lumping Keffels in with them. She made an offhanded tweet literally saying that noodles and dumplings are tasty. And that was enough to label her a racist. Tolson's tweet was passed around racist forums, and people made up lies about the author's background to prop up against Tolson's query. They pried into her personal life in a way not unlike many other writers of color have faced when expressing an opinion online that challenges white supremacy. In addition to making the book she criticized into a bestseller on Amazon, they used phrases relating to noodles as a dog whistle against her, like "noodles are tasty." Chat. "Noodles are tasty" is a racist dog whistle. You can't make this shit up, chat.
I fucking hate everyone. Hold on. Retard break. I need a retard break. Give me a retard break for like 2 fucking minutes, okay? I can't keep listening to fucking retards.
This allowed them to harass her in plain sight while seemingly making an innocuous, reasonable statement. It's not unlike people commenting well under posts of POC, religious minorities, and LGBTQ plus people participating in mundane activities related to a stereotype. So again, they're trying to correlate like legitimately racist behaviors and actual dog whistles that happen on social media every day. They're trying to conflate those with Keffels literally just making a meme. It was like an offhanded shitpost. The noodle bar has been opened. I remember this tweet. When this discourse like happened earlier this year, somebody did this like awesome like animation. Pretty sure this animation is used as the banner for her Discord server. Jeez. It's so harmless. Like how, chat, in all honesty, how could you look at such a harmless animation? Like it's actually kind of adorable. How could you look at this and make the argument that this is a racist dog whistle chat. How? Like, genuinely how? I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. A year later, Tolson saw that Sorrenti had joined the dogpiling with the new context of who she is. Tolson screen capped, not tagging or quote tweeting Sorrenti's noodle tweet with the caption, quite interesting indeed. Sorrenti found this tweet in less than a day under the delusion that Tolson was looking for attention. Sorrenti decided to make Tolson's life a living hell once more. From June 2022 to now, Sorrenti posted a variation of that dog whistle dozens of times, not including times during live broadcasts. Any time she has ever talked about the noodles are tasty shit, it's because somebody brings it up and tries to use it to label her a fucking racist, which she's obviously not. And I gotta be honest, anybody who thinks that making an offhanded shitpost tweet saying that noodles and dumplings are tasty, anybody who thinks that that makes you racist is fucking deranged. Like, I'm sorry, like, you're literally reaching, you're stretching and reaching further than Stretch Armstrong. Like, it, I can't wrap my mind around it. Like, how much reach do you have to do to make this make sense? And the fact that people are actually buying into it. There are people who are actually buying into it. This includes reigniting and popularizing variations of the phrase on Twitter's alternative Blue Sky. Her fans made graphics and emotes for her stream, making the racist harassment of Tolson a community in-joke, just like the others who began this 2 years earlier. Some, like Sorrenti, are the same person. So making an in-joke in your community is now a form of harassment? Like, does that mean that, like, the in-joke in my community about goth mommies, does that mean that I'm engaging in harassment when we joke about goth mommies in my community? For those of you guys who don't know, there was a situation where, like, a friend of mine was referred to somebody as goth mommy in my chat. And after that happened, that became, like, a run-on meme. And, like, over time, that got spun into, like, this stupid, like, allegation of, like, me cheating on my wife with, like, e-girls and stuff like that. And rather than get upset about this bullshit claim made against me, we turned it into an in-joke in the community about me loving goth mommies. My Discord server is literally called the domain of the goth mommies, okay? Like, it's just a funny, like, little in-joke. Am I engaging in harassment because goth mommies are a joke in my community? Of course not, right? But a little in-joke where people tried to make something as ridiculous as Keffel saying noodles are tasty, try to spin that into her being racist. She made an in-joke about it. Her whole community made an in-joke about it. That's not harassment. It's so stupid. After a year of people calling out Sorrenti's racism for referring to an Asian woman as noodles, did she? I don't think she did that. I don't think she did that at all. I think the closest thing that was said to that was referring to her as the noodle lady. And it wasn't in reference to, like, any, like, racial stereotype or anything like that. It was literally in relation to the fact that she tried to make Keffels out to be a racist because she said noodles are tasty. Why do people feel the need to stretch this hard to find a problem where there isn't one? There are so many valid reasons to criticize people. Hell, there's even, even though she's a friend of mine, I'll be honest with you guys, there's valid reasons to criticize even Keffels. What is the need to stretch this far to find an issue with people? Like, it just feels like an unnecessary reason to just cause drama. After a year of calling out Sorrenti's racism for referring to an Asian woman as noodles, her friend and fellow white woman, Brianna Wu, used the pass theory with Sorrenti. Oh, they're taking a swing at Brianna Wu, too. Wu claimed that it wasn't racist to call Tolson noodles because her Asian husband said it was okay. I remember this tweet. I asked Frank, and I have good news, Keffels. He says it's okay for white people to say noodles are tasty, since that includes spaghetti. You're free of this discourse. Jeez. September 2023, Sorrenti would return the favor after leaked DMs showed Wu's unfettered transphobia. Because this was during the first wave of people leaving X, Sorrenti brought this with her to Blue Sky. At one point, she posted a variation of noodles are tasty a few times a day. This began in early July, at least, and continued through August, though her fans still do it. Encouraging people to fake marginalization and weaponizing her own to shut down dissent. While Noodlegate was among the longest running of Sorrenti's extended racist campaigns, it's not the biggest this year. Her toxic behavior in the first half of Black History Month in the US and Canada tired out many trans creators trying to call her in. After taking down Kiwi Farm, Sorrenti encouraged people to play Hogwarts Legacy. Among other reasons, the HL boycott goal was to prevent gamers from financially benefiting well-documented transphobe and Harry Potter creator J.K. Rowling. The Canadian streamer repeatedly gave non-trans people a pass to play on the basis that she's transgender. Extending passes is a common Sorrenti deflection against criticism. Around this time, people asked her to stop saying the R slur, but Sorrenti claimed it was okay because she's autistic. Okay, so I understand. I'm going to preface this by saying this. I understand not everybody is okay with the use of the R slur. I get it. Some people find it offensive, and people are free to have their opinions on that. Me, personally, I don't have a problem with the use of that word. I'm not even afraid to admit that I do use that word sometimes. I've used it on the stream. I have soundboard bits that we play that have the word. Hell, I'll play one right now.
As many of you know, I am retarded.
I don't have a problem with the use of the R slur. I think context matters. I think that if you're using it as like a replacement for like stupid or dumb or something like that, whatever, I don't think it's an issue. Now, if you're using it to make fun of somebody who's like legitimately disabled and you're using it to make fun of their disability, that's a really shitty thing to do. That's not something that I would engage in, and that's not something I think that anyone else should engage in either. So for me, it's a context thing. If you're using it as a replacement for like stupid or dumb, fine. If you're using it to legitimately insult someone who has a handicap, you're a piece of shit, and fuck you for that. Okay. But there were people who took issue with her use of the R slur. Take it as you will. If you're one of the people that have a problem with it, whatever, you're entitled to that opinion. I personally don't care. And I don't think it's that big of a deal either. But Sorrenti claimed it was okay because she's autistic.
I have AUTISM, autism.
Trans and autistic creator Jesse Earl, aka Jesse Gender, spoke out against Sorrenti for both undermining the boycott and being ableist. That's another thing. So, the Hogwarts Legacy boycott, my stance on the boycott, I think I talked about this at the time. Here was my stance on the boycott. I understand why people wanted to boycott the game. And if you wanted to boycott the game, fair enough. You know, you're welcome to do that. Obviously, you know, voting with your wallet is a valuable way to get your voice heard, right? When you have concerns about these sort of things. I'll be completely honest with you guys. I played Hogwarts Legacy. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a really good game. I respect anybody who made the decision not to play the game because they didn't want to support J.K. Rowling. I even think it's a little bit admirable. I think that some people took the boycott a little bit too far, going as far as to harass people who played the game on social media, and I don't think that that was okay. But yeah, if you boycotted the game, that's fine. And I don't look negatively on anybody who chose to buy the game and enjoy it. That's just kind of my stance on it. But yeah, you know, it's one of those things. Anyway, the Canadian streamer repeatedly gave non-trans people the pass to play the game. Okay, we already covered that part, and it covers her ableism. All right, fair. Sorrenti responded by implying that Earl was contributing to transphobia by focusing on Hogwarts Legacy. The trans people complaining about the game were making trans people look irrational and like killjoys. I do remember she had some criticism of Jessie gender. I don't remember the extent of it. Is this... Hold on. Is this video... I know a bunch of videos were privated on her main channel, but I think this video is still accessible on her second channel. Let me see. Because I don't recall exactly what her statements on it were. Let's see. Kevels. Let me bring this up. Let's see. Second channel, playlists. This would be in the 2023 playlist.
Trans Twitter just...
Let's see. Where is that video? Let me see if I could find it, chat. Where is... If I can find it, I'll play it. If not, then I won't. But I do remember seeing Keffel's comment on the Hogwarts Legacy thing. I just don't remember the specifics of it. Where is this video? Okay. It doesn't look like it's in the playlists. But anyway. All right. Yeah, I do remember her commenting on the Hogwarts Legacy thing, but I just don't remember her exact statement on it. Anyway, we'll move on from there. So where were we? This was not only victim blaming, but ignored the years of work Earl has done to dissect transphobic rhetoric and media with incredible patience, empathy, and humor. Sorrenti called her and others woke scolds and tenderqueers. Synonymous with SJW in similar terms, both words are popular among the alt-right. I have okay. I've definitely heard the term SJW used by, you know, far-right figures. I've heard terms like NPC, or, you know, they'll often use woke to insult left-wingers and stuff like that. Woke scold, I've only ever heard other lefties use the term woke scold. I don't think I've ever heard anyone on the right use the term woke scold. Same for tenderqueers. Who? What? Additionally, Sorrenti encouraged viewers during a live stream to use diverse profile pictures to drown out criticism. This is the infamous pit crew incident, which Keffels herself has admitted probably not the best thing, but I'll give my thoughts on it in a little bit. We spreading misinfo? Yeah, I'm doing gay ops on tenderqueers by encouraging my followers to make pit crew accounts and infiltrate tenderqueer Twitter. Once they catch wind of the plan that we're using pit crews to infiltrate tenderqueer Twitter, they'll all become incredibly suspicious of pit crews and they'll eat each other alive. Does it matter which pit crew? No, just use a random one. But the more diverse, the better. Like, make it a black butch lesbian. I actually remember seeing this when this was happening live. I can look at this, and I think Kevels has looked at this in hindsight and said that, yeah, this probably wasn't the best thing to do. Probably not super smart. But I don't think, like, any of her intentions were to do anything, like, super malicious or like racist when she did this. I think it was just meant to be a funny troll, right? And then people just like misinterpreted it as something that it wasn't meant to be. Again, I'm pretty sure that Keffels has made, like, in fact, I've heard Keffels make statements that she said that, yeah, this wasn't that smart. Probably shouldn't have done that. But I don't think she was being malicious when she did this. Sorrenti would later claim this was caused by drugs and was being taken out of context. This livestream has since been unlisted or deleted. When I watched the whole VOD months ago, it didn't make any difference. She still encouraged people to fake identities to undercut criticism against her. That wasn't the intention at all. It was literally just an elaborate troll. It was meant to be funny. It was like a meme thing. All this is on trend with her and others of the dirtbag left. The dirtbag. The dirtbag left. Trivializing people who speak candidly from a place of marginalization as if that's wrong. This is the identical attitude of people who appropriated and lambasted identity politics, just like the word woke. Using this to score social points shows a fundamental misunderstanding of how transphobia connects to other issues. Sorrenti fails to see how white supremacy is the root of transphobia, anti-blackness, queerphobia, etc. Or maybe she doesn't and thinks bigotry is fine if it's ironic. Wow. You can tell anybody who knows Keffels, even if you're not closely associated with Keffels and you know her like as somebody who's like a fan of hers, or you know her to some degree, this person is projecting a lot of things on Keffels that is not true to who Keffels is as a person. Claiming one type of bigotry is okay to fight against another. What? A week later, Sorrenti showed lack of understanding again following the murder of Brianna J. 2 teens were accused of stabbing the 16-year-old transgender girl in Britain on February 11th. Following J's death, various press chose to dead name and misgender her. Between this and the popularization of the hashtag in 2020, people began to speak about her under hashtag say her name and rest in power. After the 2015 so-called suicide of Sandra Bland, activists and the African American Policy Forum used the slogan to call attention to the murder of cis and trans black women, usually by police. Because this history is so public, many pushed against the adoption of this phrase for Brianna J., a white teen. On February 12th, hashtag Dignity for Brianna took off as a more appropriate and specific marker to speak up about the transphobia J continued to face in death. Right on cue, Sorrenti defended the original hashtag usage by implying black people and transphobes were gatekeeping language. Her fans shared screenshots from a racist message board claiming the discourse was manufactured by transphobes to cause division. However, these images were dated 5 days after the discourse began on February 15th. This false flag claim was used to invalidate thousands of people that had a real issue with the hashtag's misappropriation. It also fed into the tension between LGBTQ plus people and cis people of color, highlighted and worsened by transphobes like Dave Chappelle. This is about the hashtag thing. This is about a hashtag. I remember when this happened. This was another thing that was a discussion earlier this year again. The concept of hijacking a hashtag, that's the term that was used. The concept of hijacking a hashtag is silly to me. Like, hashtags can be used for so many purposes, and there are tons of hashtags that have been used for multiple purposes. So when I saw this, I was like, is this really that big of a deal? The use of a hashtag for multiple purposes? I thought it was a silly thing to like bicker about. But the other thing was, I kind of looked at it and I was like, look, you have people who are grieving over Brianna J. Okay. These are people who are grieving over the loss of someone. And your response to the people that are grieving is like, hey, we understand you're like upset or whatever, but at the same time, could you not use this hashtag? It seems like an inappropriate time to make a big deal about a hashtag, in my personal opinion. Maybe you see things differently, and that's fine, but that's kind of the way I see it.
$9.99. Oh, Tippy, you're so fine, you're so fine. You blow my mind.
Thank you very much for that super chat, Keffels. I appreciate it. Is that the real Keffels in chat? Jesus. Thank you very much for that super chat. I do appreciate it. Welcome to the chat. I hope you're doing well. I know you got COVID. I hope you're feeling a little bit better. Hang in there, buddy. But yeah, I thought the whole hashtag thing was really silly. But that's just my thoughts on it. Comparing this messaging to her criticism of the Hogwarts Legacy boycott, Sorrenti claimed that the focus should be on the material consequences of transphobia, like Jay's death. I agree. Focus on what matters, right? And not the language around it. Sorrenti used this same defense with her fellow edgelord leftist streamer, Ian Kaczynski, aka Vosh. Uh-oh. Voosh is being attacked in this article too, chat.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Oh no, not Voosh. Trans creator Kat Black and Natalie Wynn, aka ContraPoints, called Kaczynski out when he used ironic tactical misogyny towards J.K. Rowling, instead of recognizing how misogyny goes hand in hand with transphobia, and that this would feed into the myth that trans people and their supporters are inherently misogynistic. Kaczynski and Sorrenti claimed it was okay because Rowling deserves it. That's not how that works. I don't think I'm familiar with this situation. What is this? This isn't Vosh's first tactical misogyny take-meister. That's not the definition at all. Is this what they mean when they talk about women being hysterical? That's it? What? Maybe I'm just dumb, but like that. What? I'm so confused. What is this video? Hold on. What is this video right here? Vosh versus J.K. Rowling drama in a nutshell. Okay, what is this? Let's see.
Vosh versus J.K. Rowling drama in a nutshell? Hi, I'm No Comment Chick reporting to you from the timeline where J.K. Rowling has photo retweeted Vosh, the Takemeister heard around the world. It all started when J.K. QRT'd Annalise Dodds, the Scottish Shadow Equality Minister. Not that that's a Hogwarts reference or anything, that is her actual title. Anyway, J.K.
So apparently that was a fake Keffels. I had a feeling, honestly. I had a feeling it was a fake Keffels because I'm like, she's like sick right now. And she's like flying home. Anyway. Well, whoever you were, thank you for the super chat. It's still appreciated.
J.K. Rowling's accused the minister of not having a spine for implying that trans women might also be women. To a turf like Rowling's, this was anathema. Bosch hit back at her with misogyny. Bosch, why? I know why. It was a Takemeister. This was a Takemeister. Bosch wanted this engagement, and he increased his chances of being QRT'd by including what can only be described as bait, which Rowling's took, raising Vosh's profile. Unfortunately for Vosh, she also repeated allegations that Vosh supported Pedialyte and might himself be a Pedialyte drinker. We'll see how this situation shakes out, but remember, only you can prevent a Takemeister.
Jeez. Okay. So, Kaczynski and Sorrenti claimed it was okay because Rowling deserves it. Let's see here.
Is it okay to be sexist to J.K. Rowling for being a transphobe? Or to put it in a more broad way, is it okay to be sexist to someone who is spouting transphobic rhetoric? Or, to put it less broadly, can you Angel 1 a Borg Queen? Sorry, Star Trek in joke, it's a thing on this channel, you'll pick up on it if you're new here. But jokes aside, this question of can you be...
Okay, I'm not gonna watch this whole video, but whatever. The justification yet again fails to recognize how these systems of oppression intersect and come from the same root. This is why many have accused Sorrenti of continuing the long tradition of white feminism, albeit through an edgy, misogynistic lens. Why it took so long for people to call out Keffels. There's several reasons it has taken people a long time to see the harm Sorrenti inflicts and the bigotry she fosters. Many took Sorrenti's word that the criticism came from transphobic forums. After all, the doxing Sorrenti faced was real and not an anomaly. Others like the edginess and see it as an acceptable coping mechanism against the bigotry she receives. Each time they choose to give Sorrenti the benefit of the doubt over mounting examples, they chose to value her whiteness over the safety of marginalized people. This disappointingly includes important activists keeping up with anti-trans legislation like Aaron Reed and Alejandra Caraballo. Even when people recognize Sorrenti's racism and misogyny, many still hesitate to call her out. Some see the trauma faced by marginalization, Some see the trauma faced by marginalizing others as the price and process of de-radicalizing former incels, etc. It's not like she's the only person, or even the worst, to do this among her peers. She's never had a Nick Fuentes on her broadcast multiple times. However, others don't feel like marginalized people should have to put up with 4chan humor, but do live in fear. They don't want the attention of a community nearly indistinguishable from those thriving at the height of Gamergate. A few people have spent time explaining how Sorrenti and her peers uphold white supremacy while claiming to fight it. People like Tolson, Earl, Soul Bunny, Foreign Man in a Foreign Land, and others. In each of those cases, they faced harassment and content farming from Sorrenti and others. Chat. Clara, in my opinion, has only ever responded to these people with criticism based on things that they've said about her that wasn't true. Like, are we not allowed to respond to people who lie about us to defend ourselves? Because honestly, that's what she was doing. If you go back and watch her videos or her streams covering these situations, it's literally just her defending herself against the lies that they spread or the dishonest framing of things that they said about her to make her out to be like a racist or a hateful person when it's literally not true. As Duck Shoes in the chat said, the guys who called Shark slurs. Yeah, good point. Jubilee in the chat says, shut up and take it, I guess. Yeah. You're not allowed to defend yourself. It's ridiculous. In each of those cases, they face harassment and content farming for Sorrenti and others. She uses the same tactics mentioned above and more while feigning playing defense. A single tweet or video results in hours of videos and streams. Fans flood their communities demanding you to debate their fave. They want to see the spectacle and performance of watching their fave destroy someone with facts and logic like they used to with the Daily Wire hosts. This is fucking nuts, Chad. This is ridiculous. I don't even know what to say. Keffels tweeted a response to this. She quote tweeted the Mary Sue tweet, posting only this video of Vosh.
This stupid bitch, this whore Keffels. You really think you can do that? You really think you can just walk away from those noodle tweets and go to rehab? You think this is something that you can just walk away from? You made the white woman noodles. You made the white woman dumpling.
Thank you.
Teddy donated $9.99. Tipster, I miss you so much. I miss the good days when you and Nick fought evil. The community can't do this without you, please. Tipster.
Thank you for the super chat. I do appreciate it. Jeez.
You really think you can just go to a rehab center?
Jeez. Heavy Gretel in the chat says Vosh W. True. You know, as 921 in the chat makes a good point. As a 921 in the chat said, this whole article is a cope. And I have to pause my music for a second. Because I think I agree.
You are coping and seething. You just can't accept what you're seeing. Yes, you're coping and seething.
The truth it is scalding, and now you are molding and coping. Coping so hard. Coping and seething. Jeez.
I fucking hate everyone.
Oh, man. I can't believe that article. That article was so... Okay, chat. I'm going to put on my tinfoil hat for a second. Actually, let me bring the article back up first. Let me bring the article back up first real quick. 1 second, chat. Here we go. I'm going to put on my tinfoil hat here for a second, chat. Because there's something that kind of like bothers me about this article. You know, me and Keffels have been friends since the start of the year. And there's a lot of recurring arguments that I've seen come up against Keffels, labeling her as a racist and, you know, other ridiculous things based on really stupid logic of tasty noodles and, you know, other really stupid shit, chat. And these same arguments all come from the same people every fucking time, chat. The same people who just so happen to be mentioned in this article in a favorable light. Chat. Now, I don't know anything. Admittedly, this is just speculation on my part. But this article kind of sounds like an op. We've seen this before. I know a lot of you guys, there's a lot of people who are new to my community these days. And a lot of you guys don't know my background. I came from like the YouTube commentary community. And I've seen hit pieces written on creators in the past. And these sorts of things aren't uncommon. You know, somebody will dislike a creator, or a group of people will dislike a creator, and they'll reach out to an outlet, chat, and they'll say, hey, maybe you should look into this person, or maybe you should dig into this person, or hey, maybe I have some information about this person that just kind of falls into your lap, right? And maybe you should write about this, or maybe you should cover this. Now, I'm not saying that's what happened, because we don't know. We genuinely don't know. As I said,
for the money, you fucking
I'm just speculating here.
Captain Leonox donated $5. God, I love all y'all and your educated takes. You and Vosh both take things with a grain of salt.
Thank you very much for the super chat. I do appreciate it. I'm just speculating here, but this really sounds like an op to me. I just find it really funny that so many of the talking points that have been communicated by these same people are parroted in this article, and then these same people get mentioned in this article and positioned as victims of harassment at the hands of Keffels. Right? So again, just speculation on my part. Maybe I'm being a little bit too tinfoil hat here, but I just gotta be honest with you guys. It feels really fucking weird to me. It feels really fucking weird to me. One last thing I want to show as part of this subject. Annie, friend of the channel, shout out to Annie. Annie tweeted out the following. They quote tweeted the Mary Sue tweet. Nice readership y'all have here. What is this? Nah, Kiwi Farms did not do enough to this person. They're talking about Keffels, chat. Yeah, any mention. Let's get some any mentions in the chat. Nah, Kiwi Farms did not do enough to this person. They're talking about Keffels, chat. Someone who faced tons of harassment at the hands of Kiwi Farms users. To the point where she was swatted and her life was put in danger. And this person is saying that Kiwi Farms didn't do enough to them. Lol, what a funny comment to make, seems normal. I don't care. She wants to be a racist, then she gets what she gets. This is not normal behavior. This is the craziest thing that I've noticed, because I'm new to this space. I'm relatively new to this space. And when I see this kind of behavior, and I'm just like, these are the people who act like they're like the arbiters of what's good and what's not. People who would make statements like this. It's very weird to me.